So we're a little late recording today.
Yeah.
And the reason is I was late getting the stories out. Andy's phone's going off. Oh, I thought your phone was going off.
I was
That's a pen.
That's a.
You just keep a pen in your pocket?
I do, yeah.
Doesn't poke you?
No, this
All
is
the
one
time?
of this is one of the best things I do in my life. Is I always have a pen on me.
For real?
Really?
Yep. I always. Yeah.
I used to, and I haven't done that for a while. I always have a pocket knife and chapstick.
Yep. And
What else are you gonna pull out of that pocket?
and just like
A
that.
Swiss Army knife and a pen.
Yep.
You got a legit like Swiss Army knife. That's
Yep.
cool.
Yeah.
Yep. This
Mine just
actually
a
came
straight
from-
up Kershaw.
This actually came from Switzerland.
Very cool.
Andy said something interesting that nobody caught. This is one of the best things I do in my life.
It is. It's the small things that matter.
Which either tells you how important that pen is or how sad his life is.
Yes.
I'm not sure.
It's
Oh,
both.
hey now.
It's both. It's both. Well, the two knuckleheads here pulled a prank on me today. They started the podcast without me because I was doing a courtesy to let them read the articles because we were running behind.
Mm-hmm.
I ran up to do a few things and I came down there recording, but they
Yep.
decided to start over.
Well,
Episode 32.
He was very upset.
Well, Episode
he
32
He
here.
came down and threatened to kill us and
yeah.
raged on us.
I threatened to kill you, just like the volunteer basketball coach said he was gonna.
Oh, the Cudahy man.
Yeah.
Yes. Cudahy man threatens to kill volunteer basketball coach.
Yeah. See, this is why you are the man of
The transition?
getting down the Cheezehole.
The transition master?
Yeah, because to be fair, we got 2 stories deep in our mock
And then
podcast.
we got stuck.
and
We had nowhere
that
to
was
go.
that was one transition that we had to get through, and it was bad.
Yeah.
You
it was,
fumbled.
it was
you
real
fumbled
bad.
on the handoff.
Yeah, big time. Yeah.
You know, I don't know that I don't know why I'm good on the handoff, but maybe it's just because we're 32 episodes.
I was just
of
gonna say,
practice.
Yeah, maybe so.
So, I don't know how I transitioned into this, but we did. The volunteer basketball coach made a few errors in his coaching, and the parents were going to kill him.
No, well, I don't know what the deal is. Did you read through the whole story? It had something to do, I think it had something to do with COVID stuff.
It did. I think this gentleman
mask?
was in the gym playing basketball with his son, and the coach told him he had to leave because of the school's COVID protocols. He got upset later that night. The coach received several text messages asking the coach not to speak face-to-face with someone who's around and listen, blah, blah. And he asked for his money back for his son playing basketball. And then he followed up with a text message saying, "I will shoot you to death."
Oh.
Along with a photo of 2 firearms.
Yeah. One of them had a visible serial number, which the police used to link to him to charge him with it
Oh,
Really?
smart.
as a legitimate threat.
Well,
Because
yeah,
he posted a
I mean,
picture
that's-
of his own gun.
Not even just like a
Yep,
you
nothing-
search pistol on
Yep.
Google
Right.
and
Yep. No, it was like legit. Like I'm
Wa-
gonna
wasn't
shoot
wouldn't
you,
this
and
dude
here's
have
what I'm
been
gonna.
a school employee, the guy making the threats.
I think he's just a dad.
Yeah, just a dad of a kid, because his kid's on the team.
He got kicked out. He's trying to practice with this kid. He said, "Go
so
home."
this was just a dad who decided he was going to be in charge of the school and kick this guy out because he shouldn't be in there. There was a
I think the
similar
dad got kicked out. And that's why he was upset.
Yeah. So
the
da-
coach.
So coach is in the gym with the kid.
Oh yeah. I got
Yes.
this
Yep,
backwards.
yep,
the
yep.
coach is the one that got threatened by
Yes,
the dad.
yes,
I'm
yes.
with you. I'm
Yep.
with you.
Yep.
There was a similar story, and I can't remember if it was not in Wisconsin, which is maybe why I didn't share it. A similar story happened on an outdoor basketball court. The principal told them to get off the courts, and they refused.
And then did he get punched or something? Or,
something like
Yeah.
that. Was that a Wisconsin story? And did we talk about it on here?
Nope.
Okay.
But I remember seeing it. But so anyway, so they tracked this guy, and they were going to charge him with the threatening to kill the basketball coach.
Yeah.
And then they found in his house digital scales, glass pipes, plastic jewel bags, a firearm, gasoline.
No
he was
way.
making meth.
Oh,
Oh,
goodness!
Yeah.
No wonder he's
he
tripping
didn't.
out, yeah.
No wonder he didn't hesitate to make the threat. So
gosh.
he showed a picture of his own gun, and they looked at the serial number. Was it a properly registered gun? And that's how
It must
they
have
knew?
been.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because it
Yep.
was traced back.
Okay.
Yep. So it's like, hey, this is a legitimate threat. We can do something now. You know, it's not just some guy spouting his mouth on the Twitter. you
So
know.
he didn't steal the gun like the guy who went through the campground.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
what do you
exactly.
mean?
It wasn't just one guy.
Gun theft leads to high-speed chase through campground.
Yeah, this one's something.
This was like a Wausau area,
Yeah.
I think.
I don't know this one. Quincy. I don't know where Quincy is. Adams County.
And it's 6 people are facing charges. So there was a lot of people packed into one vehicle,
Just
flying through a
good
campground.
old boy, the
yeah,
Dukes
exactly.
of Hazzard hauling through the campground.
Yep.
Stolen firearm.
The incident occurred last Saturday afternoon in Adams County, town of Quincy. And so that's south. So Adams County's like down by Oxford, Montello area.
Oh, back
Yeah,
in your old
it's
stomping ground.
back in old stuff.
Quincy, it's so if this cheese whole podcast has taught me one thing. It's Wisconsin geography, because I've never heard of Quincy.
Yeah.
There's a Quincy, Illinois, I know.
This is over by like New Lisbon, Mauston, Necedah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Mauston is
Mauston.
like west of
I know where
Oxford.
So
Mauston
like
is.
north of the Dells.
Yep.
Mauston is my cousin and best friend when I was growing up. His first job out of the University of Wisconsin was he was the manager of the Mauston, Wisconsin Kmart.
Really?
Yes. It's great to get a
Well, I'll
UW diploma, and then you move right up to manager of the Mauston Kmart.
And look what happened to Kmart.
There's worse things.
Yeah, he single-handedly ran them out of business.
Yep.
He up the Mauston location so bad.
All Kmart's could
All
not
the
make.
Kmart's just dominoed down after that.
I'm
Hope
sorry.
he feels good about himself.
We cheeseholed out of the campground fire.
right.
Well,
but
what did you explain the campground
doesn't
story?
matter.
There was 6
not a great
suspects,
story.
all between the ages, it looks like, of 23 and 30. They stole some guns, stole some ammunition, jumped in a car, led a getaway chase through a campground, got out of the vehicle, ran around. Eventually, all 6 of them were caught and charged.
So they stole some guns and
And some ammunition.
and got caught in a campground.
Yeah, they ditched the guns and the ammo out of the window as they were flying around. They were
And
also
this is
found.
in Oxford, Wisconsin.
Quincy.
Or Quincy. Why did I say Oxford? Is it?
Because Mauston is by Oxford and Quincy
'cause
is
we were-
by
'cause
Mauston.
We were rattling off
Yeah.
localities, and that was one of them.
Yep. Yeah.
What is okay? So does Quincy have a high school, and what's the mascot?
Ooh, now we're going way
No,
back.
I don't think they could. They must go to somewhere neighboring.
Yeah.
Probably Mauston. If it's
It's that close to Mauston.
What?
Well, okay. What's the Mauston mascot?
I don't know. That's another good question.
We can look that
Don't you have a brother that knows all these things?
Supposedly, let's
Yeah.
not say it out loud, and then he can say it to himself on the air. I think it's the Mauston Red Sox.
The Mauston Golden Eagle.
Oh, stupid!
So stupid.
Wouldn't Mauston Red Sox be funnier?
Yes,
I
for
think so,
sure.
too.
I think that's Quincy High School. Let's see if that.
Why does it say Quincy Ghost
Well,
Town?
because it says that Quincy is a ghost town within the town of Quincy, within the township of Quincy. So,
so it's
the community was flooded in the creation of Castle Rock Lake.
what?
It had a post office from 1854 to 1915. So there's like a town that is now underwater, and now there's a new.
Whoa!
It's called
We
Atlantis.
gotta go see that. That'd be so cool. It's not underwater.
I don't. Yeah, it was at one point maybe, but I don't know what the deal is now. But
Real life ghost town in Wisconsin. Quincy, Wisconsin is a ghost town. Wow. If there is parts of it underwater because it's flooded, how cool would that be?
That'd be pretty cool. Probably pretty good structure for fishing too.
Yeah, right? That's like when you go out to the Dakotas and all those weird like areas that were wooded, like there's literally like forests underwater now.
A lot of the reservoirs we fish down south are that way too, or you can like side scan out in the middle of the river and it's like a whole foundation of a building is down there.
Yeah, it's just that would kind of creep me out, I think. I'd be
It's a
scared.
little weird.
Yeah.
Well, cool.
So where does Quincy go to school? We
I
don't
think
know,
they
'cause
might
it
be
does-
with. I think they might be with Adam's Friendship.
Oh, that would make sense.
Adams has a friendship with Quincy.
Yeah, but that's how they got the name. I think.
And then Adam's Friendship Golden Eagles. Everyone in that conference is the Golden Eagles.
Are they really the Golden Eagles?
No, Mauston was the Golden Eagles.
Right.
No, it's
Well-
the Mauston Red Sox.
That's right. I'm glad we got all that straight.
It's a shame it's not.
I'm telling you,
Red
it makes
Sox.
more sense.
Yeah.
Teen's ex-boyfriend shot bottle rocket at home causing fire, mom says.
That's my favorite
My
part of the
mom
headline.
said- yes.
It could totally go without
Attributed
mom
to the
says.
mom.
Yeah.
Mom says.
Mom reports because this mom is all moms. Mom says that.
My mom said that your bottle rocket started our house on fire.
This was a wild story too.
It was an extensive fire.
Yeah, this was in Pewaukee.
Home of isn't Pewaukee the home of the Watt
J.J.
brothers?
Watt.
Yeah.
Oh, yep.
It is.
Do you know this story? I'm kind of fumbling around here with this.
You sure are.
You go ahead and stop
You
fumbling.
could have spent
and,
more time reading your stories instead
I
of starting
will.
a podcast.
I will responsibly
prematurely.
read this.
Thank you.
You bet.
Ignored me. What?
All right,
Just
so just a classic tale of romance here. We got a teen girl who broke up with her boyfriend. Boyfriend got angry, started some real hard feelings. Then basically, bottle rocket was shot at a house. House burnt down by angry boyfriend. That's really all there is
Was it
to
his own house?
No, it was the girlfriend's house.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Which is
The
just
story's
such like
even-
a teen thing to do. Is like, oh, I'm gonna shoot a bottle rocket at
Well,
your house.
I want to know how a bottle rocket started the house on fire. I mean, I'm guessing it started like the grass or a tree on fire because
Yeah.
I don't know, unless it was a hella bottle
Bush,
rocket.
leaves.
Yeah, so it says the mom.
The mom.
Her name is Jennifer. Her teenage daughters were at home at the time. She turned the phone around and saw it on fire and walked out of work and said, "My house is burning down. I have to go now."
Wait, what? So she was not at the house.
That's what it says in the article. She turned the phone around and saw it on fire and walked out of work and said, "My house is burning down. I have to go home now."
This is the best too. Afterwards, the texting between the ex-boyfriend and girlfriend continued. The ex-boyfriend texts, "Oh my God, I'm so scared. Is your garage actually on fire?"
Yep.
So he admitted he's guilty.
The
Yep.
daughter replies, "You burnt my house down." He texts back, "It was a bottle rocket. I'm so sorry. It was a tiny bottle rocket. That wasn't supposed to happen. Is it bad?" She responds, "My whole house burnt."
This is so funny, not funny.
Yeah, no, it's
Yeah.
like
So funny, not funny. So the kid incriminated himself,
The
which
tech-
I guess.
he's freaking out. I mean,
Yeah.
Well, I'd freak out too because you know what? That I could see myself doing this as a 15-year-old and just
oh yeah.
scared.
Yeah.
I started
absolutely.
our woods on fire with a bottle rocket when I was a kid.
So it's doable.
It is. I shot it into an old log pile and it was a dud and it didn't go off. I went in the woods and
Just
like
did that fizzle sparky
yeah,
thing.
like half an hour later I came up and this log pile and leaves were just on fire and the whole half the wood. I took the hose and put it out.
I'm lucky I'm not in jail because I can't tell you how many things I did like this as a kid.
Uh-huh.
I bet you that kid's gonna get charged with arson. I
Yeah,
would think they'd
probably.
be lenient, but
Maybe they'll probably cut him a little slack.
I don't know. I mean,
he
whether
obviously
intentional
feels
or
bad.
not. Yeah. The proof that he feels bad is in the text message. That's the good thing.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep, their fire remains under investigation. The mother said that the home was owned by a family member and that she and her kids were renting it. They did not have renter's insurance.
Oh, this is just getting sad.
Yeah, that's the sad part. But we can go back to the text messages because that was funny.
I like those.
That wasn't supposed to happen. Is it bad? My
it-
whole house burnt.
You tell me.
That's how bad it is. I have no house.
Burnt. Is it BURNT?
It is.
Yeah. Burnt.
Yep.
Not is burnt. Burnt.
My whole
Yeah.
house burnt.
Burnt. Mom says.
Yep.
You know, we laughed hard at that story. And that's because we're Wisconsinites. And Wisconsin was recently named one of the most funnest 15 states in the nation.
We're doing it.
Top 15.
Oh, God, we rock.
Now, because they said top 15, I'm guessing we ranked like 14.
15th, yeah.
or 14.
Yeah, it was 15th. For
We
sure.
definitely didn't
Yeah.
crack the top 10.
And I wonder how do you like what are the attributes of being? I would think that number of bars had to give us a bump.
Well, that is restaurants they classify it as. We
Okay.
ranked 17th in per capita.
Okay.
To determine the state's offering the greatest variety and most cost-effective options for enjoyment, Wallet Hub compared the top 50 states across 26 key metrics. Some things like movie cost, to accessibility of natural parks, to casinos, all sorts
Got
of
all
stuff.
those covered.
Yep. So restaurants and performing arts centers, fitness centers, all sorts of stuff.
And we ranked 15th.
Yep.
Do you
Yep.
have the full list?
I sure do.
Okay. Let's. Okay. I haven't seen it.
Okay.
I haven't seen
I've only
it.
seen some of them.
Okay.
You've seen some of them.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna guess the top. I'm gonna try and guess number one, based on the criteria you just gave me.
That we
Nevada?
rank highest in, you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, I see. States.
Can,
you're guessing
can you say
states.
that the criteria was like restaurants, fitness centers?
Golf courses, performing arts, casinos,
Yeah.
just like parks.
Entertainment, art,
yeah.
recreation, there's fun things to do.
Nevada?
That would be a good guess. But I think
Top five?
outside of Las Vegas, I think they're probably fairly sparse.
Oh.
Well, yeah, they're a desert.
Top 5?
They are Nevada's top 5. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me see how many of the top 5 I can get. I'm gonna go Nevada.
I wouldn't want to live in any of the top 5. I don't think.
Oh,
Okay. That's
what-
actually a big
well,
clue.
Okay.
It's a big clue.
New York.
New York is number 4.
What was Nevada?
They were number 3.
Okay, I've got 2 of the top 5 so far without even having seen it.
I'm gonna throw an oddball in here. I have not. This is not what I thought we were guessing, so I don't know any of
Okay.
these.
Okay.
I'm gonna throw an oddball in here, just really random. Maine.
I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna disagree with
I just
Maine.
wanted to-
I'm gonna disagree with Maine.
Ooh, Maine. Where's Maine at? Maine is number 40.
Oh wow.
Maine sucks.
Okay. Okay. Hold on. I got to keep going through these. Washington State.
Number 7.
Close though.
But I'm falling down.
Yeah, that wasn't bad. Florida.
Florida,
Oh,
number
that's
2.
a good one.
Number
Yeah,
That's
2
a
is
good
Florida.
one.
I
That's
don't
a
know how I
good
forgot
one.
Florida.
Good job on Florida.
Redeem myself.
California.
California is number 1.
yeah.
Oh,
Number one.
Number one?
So we just are
Well,
missing
they have a
number
lot.
five.
I mean, it's so big.
Well,
They have-
shouldn't homeless shouldn't there be negative points
yes.
too?
Well, because that's not very fun to be homeless.
No. Well, and that's just ruining the state of California per the news sources
So
right now.
We're missing number 5 still, right?
Yep. The worst state in the 50,
In Europe. Oh, Illinois.
Illinois.
the Illinoisans. Well,
Seriously?
Illinois is on fire right now.
Yeah.
And polluting.
And how
Wisconsin.
fun is that?
Yeah.
If it was blowing south, we wouldn't care. But of course, it's blowing north.
Yeah.
So the
Just like all of their
Illinoisans-
people do in the summer.
That's right.
Yes. The smoke blows north just like the people.
Yep. And
So
ruins it up here.
That chemical
just
plant
like the people.
had like a huge explosion. Did you see the black smoke billowing out of that thing?
This thing's all over the news. This
Is it
chemical
under
fire.
control yet?
I don't know. I mean, they're coming out with news like every hour about it.
Didn't
about
they say it's going to take like
updates.
days to burn?
Yeah. What chemicals do they make there?
I was wondering that yesterday
even
when that
wanna
story
know.
broke. Was it like Chemtrol or something weird? What was the name of
Meth.
the place? Rock.
The Rockton chemical
Rockton.
plant, because I think that's what town it's in
Oh,
Rockton, Illinois. Yeah, I want to know what
Manufacture
it
rocks.
is
what chemical they manufacture? It's
Yeah, I mean,
obvious.
it's still burning right now.
Well, the amount of black smoke coming out of the thing.
Yep, it was a large enough fire to be picked up by weather radar.
Oh, sure.
So it looks like there's a storm
Clouds.
over
Yeah,
over,
looks
over
like
there
clouds.
now.
Cheeseholing a little bit here, but you ever see those radar images of like insect or bird migrations? I think that's the coolest thing ever.
No.
Like a mayfly hatch over the Mississippi
That-
will
yep.
show up on radar,
I
and
see-
it looks like a huge storm.
No, I've
Yeah.
never
It's,
seen
it's
that.
really cool.
I've seen the mayfly ones in lacrosse.
And there's bird migrations too, like when they're coming, obviously south to north.
Where
in the
is
spring.
Rockton, Illinois? Somewhere
right
just
on the
south
border,
of Racine?
just south of Beloit.
south of Beloit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Huh, so there's Rockton and Rockford and
I saw you panicked. That must mean Karen's here.
Yep.
Yeah.
Karen's here.
Okay, well, let's not talk about Illinoisans smoke blowing us out of Wisconsin anymore and bring Karen over. We kept it simple for Karen this week.
Yeah, this is an easy one, but a good one.
This is from Winneconne, and Winneconne is the home of the man who did the push-ups. Did you start your push-up training yet, Andy?
Okay. I went back and thought about the mathematics behind that.
Oh,
And
did I screw it up?
No, we figured out like
400 every hour if you were awake 10 hours.
yeah, that's
Right?
just insane. Like, we tried to figure out like how much that would be every 10 minutes or something like that if I was going to do it every
Yeah.
So that's
What is it? So 400
Well-
divided by 6. So it's roughly like 80 every 10 minutes.
I feel like we're establishing what we already know, that it's
Right.
just insane.
yeah.
But you decided you're not even going to try it?
I don't
I had higher hopes for you.
I will
Karen, aren't you disappointed in Andy right
Yeah.
now a little bit?
Actually, a little bit.
Yeah.
Did you hear the tone of that? Too?
Yeah, it
That was not a little
Atta
bit.
girl.
No.
That's my
No.
Karen.
Yeah.
That's my
Yeah,
Karen.
she said a little bit, but it didn't sound like a
No,
little
it
bit.
didn't sound
No,
like
it
a
hit
lot
like a
of it.
lot of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Biggers Supper Club in Winneconne.
Biggers?
Biggers, Biggars,
Okay.
in Winneconne on Main Street. 4.6 stars, 199 reviews.
Okay.
This happened.
Was never there.
1 star.
1 star. Thanks, Karen.
Now, Karen, you should be on a weekly basis bringing down that glass we gave you with your letter on
Oh.
it and filling it up. That should be a weekly fill up.
I actually forgot about it. I'm going to do that next week.
Did you? No. Didn't we tell her she had to bring that to her camping spot? Is it still in your office?
It is.
That means she didn't like it
Oh.
because she'd
I
have brought
sent
it
you
home.
guys a nice email.
Yeah, it does, just because you emailed us, that's a very Karen thing to do. Pretend like you like it, but then leave it in your office because really you think it's a chintzy glass from like the dollar store.
Actually, I forgot to bring it down. I'm going to do that.
Okay. Yep.
I loved it.
Thanks, Karen.
So I don't know if this is a fact. Like, I just wasn't there and I'm going to give it a poor review, or it's like, hey, listen, if anybody asks,
I wasn't.
Oh,
I was
true.
ne- I
See, I
was
never
never
thought
there.
about it that way. That's
see
smart.
this? See this? I was never there. It was documented.
And yeah, it's like the time. It's time stamped.
You can't pin this on me.
This person did something.
I didn't take the ukulele.
Yep. You can't pin this on me. See this? It's on the internet.
I have an alibi.
I was never there.
Never there.
Dude's up on murder charges. He's creating a. He's creating his. Was never there.
That's the funniest way to look at that. I never thought.
Submit
This
that
guy
in.
got kicked out of the bar before bar closed. He made a scene and
Yeah.
instantly goes on. Never there.
Yeah,
Did
this
not
is
do it.
Good courtroom evidence.
Or somebody discovered the ukulele at his house, and he again wasn't there. It was. I don't know how the ukulele
rest-
got here. I wasn't
Rest
there.
my case, Your
I
Honor.
swear, officer, it's not mine.
Yep.
Oh, that's good. Okay.
Where do I go from here? This is a tough transition.
Watch for turtles.
Well, it is turtle season.
Yeah.
Yep.
You guys get turtles in your yards?
Oh yeah.
I don't get them in my yard. No.
No, I guess not in my yard,
So
but nearby.
everywhere around us is a swamp, and we're kind of up on a hill. And they go to the high ground, and our soil is also very sandy. So we get every year at least a big snapper or two. And sometimes they dig huge holes right in the middle of the
Yeah,
lawn,
sure.
which I'm not happy with. So I
Right.
will try to relocate them to somewhere else that's not a bother. But this year I just let them go.
Don't they come back to the same spot year after year?
Yeah,
I
usually.
think so.
Yeah.
Because like we've
Except
had
they
that
don't get
snapping
hit.
turtle on the road on our road in here that lays eggs by the dam every year. Have you ever seen him?
There's a lot of little painted turtles.
So do all turtles do that?
I think so.
Migration to lay eggs type
Yep.
thing? Because I usually only see like the little painting.
It's usually the
turtles.
painters and the snappers that we see.
What is the
Those are the
real
most
name of a
popular.
painting turtle?
Painter.
Is it?
That is their.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Like I see those crossing the roads more often than not, and yeah, those with the yellow striped feet.
Yep.
There are a lot of turtle species in Wisconsin.
Do tell.
Take a guess,
15.
Andy.
Sounds like there's more.
That's a good guess. Yeah, 20?
11.
Oh, you were.
He led me astray when he
Yeah.
was like, good guess.
Well, it was. It's close.
Yeah, 15. Okay.
Yeah.
So there's 11 turtle species. Do you happen to have them there?
I do.
Is it their Latin names? Because I don't give if it
Yeah,
is.
I don't
I'd
want it.
rather. Okay, then never mind.
No, it's their common name.
It's
And
like
painted
snapper,
turtle
Painted.
is yeah.
Is it painted? Painting? Painter?
Painted.
Okay.
There's a Blandings turtle, Eastern musk turtle, false map turtle, Northern map turtle, ornate box turtle, smooth
Box turtle,
soft
I've heard
shell,
of.
snapping, Southern map turtle, spiny soft shell, and a wood turtle.
Huh. So are all we have up here those little painting turtles? And
No, we have like wood turtles. I know the wood turtles are
those
really
the ones
rare,
that-
but I would see them in like Manitowish Waters area, and I would fish them.
Are
They're
the
cool.
ones that lay on the logs in the sun? Are those just painting turtles?
Yeah.
Yep.
I think like all turtles do that.
Yeah, they like the sun themselves.
We really went down a turtle hole here.
What you know? What you never realize is like, so how many turtles are there? Like, meaning like, is there tens of thousands of turtles or hundreds of thousands of turtles?
This year I've seen a lot more. Like just driving back and forth from work to home, they're just all over the roads. Not dead, just trying to cross.
trying to cross.
Yeah.
Do you stop and help them, or do you just like hope the hell nobody hits them?
Oh, if they're not in my way, I just keep going and hope that nobody hits them. And,
I feel bad because like I always have a feeling of guilt if I pass one by and he's going to get hit by the next car.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
like you narrowly avoided him because he like fit between your wheels or was on one shoulder or in the center. But then I'm like, man, he takes 4 more steps and he's dead. But I'm going 60, and by the time I
Yeah.
stop, it's going to be a long jog back.
Last weekend, 2 weekends ago, I was on my way back, actually from Winneconne, oddly enough, and I was cruising up the interstate, and there was a little painted turtle that was going as fast as it could go right across the interstate, and I said, buddy, you ain't going to make it. And it was just like line-to-line traffic. I straddled
Across
it.
the interstate?
And it just kept cruising, and you know that thing. Just,
Poor little guy.
I picked the wrong street
Poor
to
little
cross.
guy. You know what's funny is sometimes you see him and like, where did they come from?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because they're way far away from
Right.
water. Yeah, like that. I mean, that was like in the middle of nowhere.
I think he came from that Best Western pond.
for
where
sure.
that guy drowned.
For sure.
That turtle crawled right out of the Best Western pond. Well, the goats, we talked about goats on the islands in Wausau.
Yep, and then we said that they were doing it in Madison, I think, and
And
now
now Mequon's
Mequon's doing
climbing
it.
on the goat
Yep.
bandwagon.
We need to get some goats up here to take care of that
The buckthorn.
buckthorn. Yeah, that's what we need.
The thing is like once they eat all your buckthorn, who takes care of them the rest of the time? Or is there like goat rental companies?
Goats are a pretty hot
it
commodity
like
right now.
rent-a-goat?
Yeah, I'm sure there's rent-a-goat programs. There's probably no goat left behind.
No goat, like no potato left behind.
Exactly.
In Mequon, the goats have cleared about 7 acres worth of invasive species of honeysuckle and buckthorn.
In what time span?
3 days.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Like in 4 hours, 7 acres flattened.
They just released them yesterday.
I
The
don't know.
national forest is gone.
So I don't get how those goats can eat that crap.
The project is expected to cost nothing for the city. I don't know.
What do you mean nothing? Goats are free these days?
Well, or do the farmers just want to feed their goats, so they just like truck them
I
in
don't know,
in like a
maybe.
horse trailer and say let them go?
So the Common Council of Mequon approved for 30 goats to be released into the woods for 10 to 14 days in June, and then later 2 to 3 days in the fall. So
So if it's 10 to
I
14 days
find
in
this
June,
so fascinating
It's
because
really cool.
So here's the other part of the buckthorn that causes problems for municipalities
Yeah.
is if you cut it, there's some debate on then how you dispose of it. Does it have to be burned?
Sure.
Where do you put it? Because
Yeah.
obviously you're cutting it and it just reseeds.
right?
So, well, although do the goats poop out the buckthorn seeds then? But
Actually, that'd be a really good question.
yeah. I don't know.
Imagine some-
Yeah.
I would imagine they must digest it to a point, although
Yeah.
seeds are typically like kind of hard to digest. But I
resilient.
wonder if this is like a true removal of it just because they eat. Do they eat it right down, or are they not removing the roots? So maybe it doesn't do any good, and they just got to keep bringing the goats in.
Which is, I mean,
'Cause
that's
I know
like,
That's kind of what you're
buckthorn they
doing.
pull.
Oh, do they pull it when
They do pull
Yeah.
it. Yeah. They don't cut it.
generally when you start cutting an invasive that
just-
reseeds
yeah.
from it, basically you're giving up. Like when you have milfoil cutters out on the lake, they've just kind of given up on the lake.
Yeah, rather
that's
than
like
pulling
you
it.
can't. There's nothing
Yeah,
else you can
right.
do. You just keep cutting it.
I just feel like the more we talk about it, I make a lot of things. I say a lot of things on the air, like we're going to do that. We're going to interview this person, but we're going to get a goat.
Yeah, or more than one.
I think we need a goat.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Goat.
Oh, boy.
I need that goat. Those are ugly goats. I don't care for those goats.
No, we're gonna get a good looking goat.
No, we need a sexy goat. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
There you go. More goats.
So there's broadband internet improves the health of dairy herds. Is this a similar thing to saying like wolves reduce accidents with deer?
No, this one Andy and I covered before you got
Yeah,
here,
and we covered it very well.
This one is actually kind of cool. Basically, what they're doing is they're outfitting these cows with something similar to like a Fitbit or that Garmin watch that Andy has.
How
and they
many?
can,
So how many steps?
yeah,
does a cow
well, yeah,
take?
they can monitor their heart rate and monitor just basically their
Their sleep patterns,
Yeah.
how often they're chewing cud, things
Well,
like
so
that.
so what do they do? Like if they feel like a cow's sleeping too much, they just go out in the field and wake it up.
Yeah, they ring
tell
the
them to
cow
walk
bell.
around a bit. Hey, hey,
Yep.
pal,
Yep.
walk around.
Yep.
Or do they like let a dog out in all seriousness, or a goat to move the cows?
Or a goat.
So what good does the Fitbit do? I understand that you can track what the cow is doing, but then how do you?
Well, you can make decisions about their nutrition as well, and it helps with like patterning their reproduction.
Yep.
We're able to monitor cows 24/7 using computer, so they can get a really like a look at the whole
They're
herd's
fine-tuning
well-being.
their cows.
They are.
Yeah.
Would that make a more natural cheese?
Well, it better because they're cracking down on what a natural cheese is.
Exactly. And what does that mean? There's a Wisconsin act that recently went into legislature, recently came out of legislature.
Yep, there's some bipartisan legislation designed to protect the cheese quality. in
Bipartisan
Wisconsin.
means everybody's on board.
That's
Republicans
right.
and Democrats living together to make natural cheese.
And this is such a Wisconsin thing.
Yep.
This is awesome.
Would
I know, right?
Create a formal definition
Yeah.
of natural cheese in order to keep consumers informed on the quality of the cheese they're buying.
Which goes to that weird law that we talked about that like
the real seal.
yeah, it has
Was
like
that-
real cheese has to be like defined, has to be like quality and of good taste, remember?
Oh yeah,
It's
that
like
was
a-
one of
yeah.
the laws that.
Yeah.
Well, and then wasn't there that lawsuit over the woman who was mad because her pizza bites
yeah.
said real, but that wasn't the real?
Yep.
Yep. So what are these are?
Well, yeah,
what's a natural cheese?
the term natural cheese is used in the dairy processing industry to differentiate cheese made with fresh milk and dairy ingredients.
Such as?
Cheddar cheese, Swiss cheese, feta, cream cheese, Havarti, Parmesan, string cheese, and Gruyere. Gruyere? How do you say that one?
Gruyere?
Gruyere,
Right?
Gruyere, yeah,
I don't
sure.
see it, but that sounds like a cheese I'm
Yep.
familiar with.
Yep.
Sounds fancy.
So basically everything but like craft singles.
We never found our vegan cheese.
No,
That's fine.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. What's an unnatural cheese? Would that be an unnatural cheese?
Or
that's not cheese.
Velveeta.
Yeah. Right.
Velveeta.
Yeah.
What else?
Velveeta.
That's it.
Pretty
Okay.
much Velveeta.
No, everything's fine but
craft,
Velveeta.
Craft singles.
Yeah.
Anything that's has orange color in it, I would
Yeah.
imagine.
Usually that's those on the shelves are labeled as cheese product or something like
Anything
that.
that contains red number 4.
I tell you what, though, I think we talked about this before, but sometimes you just need a craft single on a cheeseburger.
Oh yeah.
I do enjoy it. Thoughts?
I would put cheddar on before I'd put a craft single
Yeah,
on.
I
but-
mean, I enjoy real cheese on it too, but
well, to me, it's the simplicity of peeling off the craft singles just easier.
Yeah.
We buy the blocks, not the individual wrap.
Sure.
We buy the big
Yep.
blocks
Yep,
of
same.
American cheese.
Yep.
And I will say, yeah, it's simple.
you're going to a cookout at the lake or something, a lot of people, a couple craft singles on there. It's just it's a summer taste, in my opinion.
I will say I like to make homemade macaroni and cheese too,
Mm-hmm.
and I make it with Velveeta, but I also add a mix of fresh grated Parmesan
Oh.
and fresh grated cheddar.
Oh, I'm into that.
Oh, it's so delicious.
Yeah, I
In
want
fact, it's
that.
making me hungry.
Yeah, I want that.
So I found this interesting fact that I did not know until today.
Yeah.
And well, you guys know because I shared it with you, but would you have known if I hadn't told you that Flag Day originated in Wisconsin?
I honestly had no idea.
Do you celebrate Flag Day?
Well, of course not. It's like saying, do you celebrate
Columbus Day.
Yes,
Yeah.
thank you.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
I mean, what is the point of Flag Day? Just to fly your flag and be proud of it, or?
Shouldn't you do that every day?
Yeah, I don't.
Isn't there a day for everything? I mean, I understand Flag Day. Yeah, exactly. I think Flag Day was meant to bring respect to the flag, but I mean, Independence Day, Memorial Day. Like, I mean, I don't know. The
Yeah.
flag's important in everything we do. But I mean, yesterday was like National Bourbon Day as well, I think, which I'm guessing somebody in Kentucky came up with. But anyway, National Flag
So-
Day originated in a small town in Wisconsin.
Yeah, so the story is a 19-year-old school teacher placed a United States flag on his desk and asked his students to write about what the flag meant to them.
A 19-year-old school teacher?
That's what it says, yeah.
In what year? How could
so,
you be a 19-year-old school teacher?
Like
It says over a century later,
Oh,
a
okay,
19-year-old.
okay.
So
Also,
like
it was
1877,
Yep,
something like
yep.
that. He taught at the Stony Hill School in Wabeeka, Wisconsin, a small town between Milwaukee and Sheboygan.
The Stony Hill Stoners.
And that school has been designated as a historical site and officially recognized by Congress as the origin of Flag Day.
Little tidbit for you.
Yeah.
The Stony Hill Stoners, which it wasn't because they were druggies. They broke down big rocks in the early 1800s in search of trace minerals.
And then became Masons.
Yeah, that was all lies. But
Right.
so I think that's all I got. Let's go into the. Well, I did have one more story, but I don't know if I would need to cover it.
Just hit it.
UW doctor becomes first in the country to complete the OB/GYN residency focused on rural health care. But I don't, without being weird
Let's
about
explain.
this, what's the difference between an OB/GYN in a city and one focused on rural?
Yeah, I don't
Is
know.
there a difference in the J between based on population?
I guess not that I'm aware of.
No, I would think you just need to be ready to deliver a baby like in a barn or something. Maybe.
Wrap it in swaddling clothes and
I
put it
think
in a manger?
I think Andy, I think you're on the right track here. You just need to be prepared for more situations besides a hospital room. Could be a cornfield, could be the back of a truck.
Back of a pickup.
I don't know.
Yeah, okay. All right. Well,
Sure.
thanks for setting me straight.
So you're a little more crafty, maybe.
I mean,
you can make do with your.
I get this to some degree, but how far, even the most rural people, how far do you think they are from a hospital? I mean, is that the idea? And where? I don't know. And
Makes house calls. I got nothing.
Well,
but
I
even
mean,
and where
yeah.
and where this person is, what are the odds they're going to be stationed next to this person? That's really. I mean, they're only gonna if they're gonna be in a rural area, they're only gonna be next to a few people in that rural area. You know, they're not.
Right.
I don't
So
know.
therefore, you're saying the odds of needing to deliver
You
the
would need,
baby
like,
in the back
fi-
of an F-150 would
Yeah.
be significantly less.
Well, you would need like 500 of these rural doctors all over in order to make it work. I think.
yeah.
Hey, listen, I'm really proud of this woman, and I think it's fantastic that she's the first one to achieve this. But I question its necessity.
I don't get it. Yeah.
So she's gonna move to Wilmer, Minnesota.
Is that
I'm gonna-
WILMAR?
2 L's.
Well,
licensed to administer a tetanus shot as soon as they are born due to the
See, this is
location of the rusty truck bed.
Well, so it says she's going to move to Wilmer, Minnesota, in the rural southwest part of the state to practice general, like gynecology stuff. And I looked up Wilmer to see how rural that is. Population 19,000.
What the heck?
what?
Yeah,
So they probably have clinics and stuff.
I don't know what.
19,000
That's
is
not
big.
That's not rural.
That's
And
like the size of what? Didn't we just talk about? Was it Ashland or Superior? Was 20,000?
I feel like we were totally not understanding the point of the story.
I
or
don't get
something.
that. I'm not getting it. Yeah.
Well, whatever. Congratulations on being the first UW doctor in the country to have a residency focused on rural OBGYN.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Now
We have some events and another one that just made me sad.
Yep. There's another rhubarb fest going
Yeah,
on this
you know,
weekend.
it's no wonder why they just dismissed me when I went to the town of Three Lakes and said we needed rhubarb fest. They're like, he's such an idiot. It's everywhere.
Oh, I clicked on the wrong one here. What? Do you have that one up? Where's
This one's in Shawano County Heritage
Okay.
Park. 13th annual event. So they've been doing it for a while. by the Shawano County Historical Society, an old-fashioned family picnic fun day featuring rhubarb pie and desserts. Rhubarb lemonade, which stole our soda idea. Sounds amazing.
That does sound good.
Yeah. Pie contest, food, music, kids' activities, raffles.
Pie contest.
Yeah, yeah.
I just love my rhubarb. I'm so upset. I'm not driving to Shawano to enjoy rhubarb. You know, and if the town of Three Lakes wants to keep dismissing my rhubarb fest, I can't take all matters into my own hands. It's impossible. You know, I have this Cheezehole thing to do every
That's
week.
right. Yep.
How much more planning can I do? Anyway, I heard they're going to introduce Leinenkugel's rhubarb shandy.
See,
that'd be
that's what I thought of
good.
when you said that they have rhubarb lemonade, and I
Yeah.
immediately went to a shandy.
Rhubarb shandy.
Well, maybe you can find that at their annual celebration that's coming up.
What? Leinenkugel's is having a celebration?
You don't say.
Yeah. See, I also misinterpreted this event because it's listed as, it's labeled Leinenkugel's family reunion. I
Oh,
thought,
we're
well,
all
I
family.
can't go.
Like Dick and
I
Jake,
wasn't
like
invited.
Dick and Jake
Yep.
and all the grandkids
Yep.
are getting together.
And they're just so famous. That
I
they-
read it the same way.
Yeah.
It's funny you say that, and
Yep.
I just thought I was the idiot.
Yep. No, they're just such big time that they put their own family reunions up on the Wisconsin.
On the Wisconsin events. Leinenkugel's family reunion. Dick and Jake and all the kids and grandkids getting together.
Yep.
Bring your dogs. Bring your mom.
So, it's just to say thank you to the Liney loyalists. You know, it's
So we're all
we're all
Leinenkugel's
part of the
family.
Liney's family.
So
yeah.
I'm guessing this is in Chippewa Falls.
Yeah. Music.
That is
let's
one
see.
family reunion. It's okay to meet your significant other.
I like
Sure.
that. I like
okay.
that. Yep.
You know?
I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Beer sampling, entertainment, food, and such. at the
I think it's a smart idea of Leinenkugel's to do something like that. I'm not
for
sure
sure.
I totally understand the naming behind it, but I like
Yeah.
the idea that they're suggesting we're all family because we all like Leinenkugel's.
Yeah.
Generally, these things are like customer appreciation parties
Yeah.
or something labeled.
Well,
something
they always
like
do that with car dealerships, the friends and family discount that they give to
Yeah,
everybody.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
like,
yeah,
oh, look at me, I'm
classic
part of the-
marketing play.
Yep.
Speaking of a rhubarb shandy,
Okay.
I still have all the beer making material. I hate to bring Eric back into the podcast, but he does have some skills in the beer making arena.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if we could, because I have rhubarb right now, I wonder how hard it is to make a shandy. And if he'd help us with that. He's probably going to shun us. And I don't know if you could pull it off. It might be just sour, nasty. It might turn out like, have you ever had a sour beer?
Yeah.
And I don't care for those.
We got to try to know.
But there's when I'd hate you got to make like 5 gallons at a time, and it would suck if it sucked.
It'd suck to have to drink 5 gallons.
Yeah.
It
Of
sucks.
rhubarb
because you're not
sucky
throwing it
shandy.
out. Yeah.
Well, because rhubarb really needs so much sugar to make it something,
yeah.
you know, that's as tasty as rhubarb needs to be.
Right.
I think it would probably be pretty crappy. So I just dismissed
I don't
that
know. I mean,
idea.
Liney's made like that cranberry one, and cranberry is the same way in my opinion,
I
where you
agree.
need a lot of sugar.
Liney's made a cranberry
Yeah.
shandy, and notice they made. It's
I don't know if it
past
was a
tense.
shandy. It was a cranberry something
It's
beer.
past tense.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
True.
Nobody liked it. Liney's has made a lot of crappy beers that were like one-hit wonders.
It was
Not
a-
even one-hit wonders.
It was
like
a
one.
cranberry ginger shandy.
Oh, they had that ginger beer too. That ginger Liney's, I used to. I don't want to say enjoy, but I did kind of enjoy it with sushi. And it was that one also was a
That would-
short-lived
that would go
Liney's
well with
flavor.
sushi.
It did. It was horrible on its own, but it was delicious with sushi.
Did you know that 88% of all shandy beers consumed in the U.S. are from Leinenkugel's?
Hey.
Well, yeah, because it's all lemon. You know,
That's still pretty cool.
summer shandy.
I've been on the summer shandy hard this summer.
Yeah, I usually am.
not bragging, and I'm not proud.
It's just a fact.
Hard.
It's just a fact.
Just where I am in life.
We've had so many hot days, and at the end of
Yeah.
a hot day, boy,
Yeah.
that summer shandy hits the spot.
Or the
Yeah,
middle of
there
a
is-
hot day.
It is
doesn't have to be
weird
at
about
9
the
a.m.
shandy.
or-
cool off with a nice cool one.
I love the shandy myself.
Yeah.
It is shandy season, as they say. So, speaking of like one-hit wonders that summer shandy or that Leinenkugel's has swung and missed with, we've had some one-hit wonders that ideas that we've had among our between Andy and I, not so much Tim, but because Tim hasn't been here long enough. But a while back, I had this idea that, speaking of pie as well, that I wanted to make pie holes, like donut holes,
Yep.
but they were stuffed.
Yep.
Oh,
And I
like
bought
that.
a silicone
Yep. I still have those at my house.
round mold,
You gave them to me.
and I made. Did you ever used them since?
Just no, not of the
like donut baked
I made
dishes?
I made pie crust bottoms, stuffed them with apples and cherries, and then made pie crust top, and we called them Grandma's pie holes. And I don't think I even brought any in for you to sample, did I?
Yep, we did.
Did I?
Yep.
Did they suck?
No, they didn't suck.
They
but
were good.
They took me like 2 days to make.
Yeah.
They were very labor intensive. You'd have to figure out a way to make a better grandma's pie hole.
Sure.
The idea of the name of grandma's pie holes and the idea of a little pie in your hand
Yep.
in a donut hole
Yeah.
thing
Yeah, I like
was
it.
genius.
But once again, this is something that we didn't do and took too long doing, and somebody else has already done. So they exist.
Yeah, they do, yeah. But a rhubarb pie hole would be delicious. I should maybe take the molds back and try and make some rhubarb pie holes. No, I won't do it. I'm too lazy. I know I am. Well, since I'm too lazy to go on with this podcast anymore, good afternoon, good evening.
And good night. I thought Tim was going to say it.
Well, I thought one of you would say it.
Yeah.
You're both too lazy to say good night.
Yeah, that's true.
Until next week, peace out.
Bye.
Bye.